builds, and right now we're gonna be doing some intake porting, and now we're gonna actually port the actual ports. We finally got to this part, and I'm just gonna give you a quick pointer of what I'm gonna do, and then I'll set the camera back. I'll do some porting, and then I'll show you the results later. This is a Felpro 9800 gasket. It is the best intake gasket to use when using a Vortec motor, and period. Like, it's the best sealing intake manifold gasket. It's not the best gasket to use to port from. That being said, me personally, when I port Vortec heads, I don't like to take too much material off of the ports anyway, meaning making the actual diameter of the port opening any bigger. Doing so, it's honestly the least beneficial of when it comes to porting anyway. But I personally don't like to port too much in this area because it's an easy place to break through. So anytime when you're porting on this area, which I will be opening it some, I'm only going to open it not enough to bring it out to this edge. This edge, as you can see, is already going to be covered up by the gasket, and although you could do some trim the gasket up and to try get the best flow or whatnot, again, it's not economical for your average do-it-yourself port. What I will be opening, and I will dye up the head a little bit, will be just describe this point, and I will be raising the port just so much, ever so slightly, but keeping it within the lines here. And I may try to straighten this out just a tad. I won't be going too crazy. I'll open it up throughout the port. I'm going to work a little bit on this side. I mean, ever so slightly. When air is coming down, it's actually going to be flowing down the side of this port here and swirling upward. So this portion of the port right here, where I'm pointing at the end of this zip tie that I'm using as a pointer, I'll be running the grinder in there and opening up this section. And the further you go down the port, the more your work is worth. So the closer you are to the valve, the more your port work and porting in those areas is going to be worth at the end of the day. Anything you do on the outside of the port here is going to be minimal compared to what you could do down here. So that being said, I'm going to work this port out, and we'll see what we end up with.
how did it turn out? As you can see here, the ports came out great. They came out really, really good. And this just shows what you can do at home if you take your time and just focus on what's important. We trimmed the guides down. We went through the whole port, and what I was left with was a really good looking and a good flowing port. These cylinder heads will be flow checked, and we'll get some final numbers. But if I had to guess, it will be probably pretty close to the 260 range in the intake port, and somewhere hopefully close to around 200, or if not over 200 in exhaust at a fairly low lift. So again, these are results that you could do at home, and you could have a cylinder head that can compete, or if not beat, an aftermarket cylinder head with just some of your little handiwork. Again, this is Bro Joe Builds, and I hope you enjoy this. And please like, share, and subscribe. May you guys be blessed. Take care.